All right, this is part 2 of the tutorial for the Self-Management Solutions tracking sheets for BCBA and BCABA experience with multiple supervisors. In this video, I'm going to go over how to fill out additional years of experience and how to use these tracking sheets if you have previously been tracking hours somewhere else. Again, we're going to do this by looking at the independent fieldwork tracking sheet. For this video, the practicum and intensive practicum tracking sheets are going to transfer in just the same way as the independent fieldwork, so I'm only going to be looking at this independent fieldwork tracking sheet. At this point, I have already entered all of my experience and supervision hours for year 1, and my totals have been calculated in the yellow cells at the bottom of this tracking sheet for total experience and supervision, as well as separate supervision totals for each supervisor. When I look at year 2 of the tracking sheet, I see that it is still blank. The names are generic numbers again, and my totals have not transferred automatically from year 1. Here you can change the numbers to your supervisor's names again, and then you need to manually transfer all of your total experience from year 1 into the cell above experience column, as well as transfer your total supervision from year 1 above the total supervision column. Now at this point you have a choice as to what you would like to do. The supervisor year 1 totals are separate from the total supervision calculations. So when I enter numbers at the top of each supervision column, it does not affect my total supervision. This allows me some flexibility. So if you had a supervisor during the previous year that is no longer providing supervision to you, you can leave them off of this second page. So if I look at year 1, I can see that Dov stopped providing supervision in September. So I'm going to leave him off of year 2 for now. This leaves room for the possibility of an additional supervisor. Looking at year 2 again, I have my total supervision entered. Now I'm going to enter my year 1 totals for Ray, Min, and Fa, because I want to continue to track my supervision for each of them. Now as I enter my experience and supervision for each supervisor, it is going to continue to track my totals just like it did in year 1. As I enter supervision hours, now my individual totals are accumulating for me as well as my total supervision. If you have already started accumulating experience hours and were previously using a different method to track your progress, you can start using these tracking sheets by skipping year 1 altogether and starting at year 2. Just enter your current experience hours at the top where it says total experience and total supervision, and then you can adjust the supervisor numbers to the names of your supervisors and you are all set to start using these sheets. At this point, you can use the tracking sheets just the same as you did for year 1. If you have not seen the video for tracking year 1, you can go back and watch that video now. There is also a third sheet in these tracking forms that can be used just the same as year 2. And that is it. If you have any questions on these tracking sheets, you can fill out the contact form on selfmanagementsolutions.org.